Hi, my name is Frank and I'm a part of the Winning Champions alongside Nick and Andre. And today this video is about how we completely transformed the Delta and Signal Corporation, an organisation that focused on the manufacturing of car parts. We chose the luxury and innovative market in the US region. So the agenda for this video will outline where Delta began when we first took over, what our corporate strategy was, the results and findings after implementing our strategy, the recommendations for the next 3 years, and what we expect the outcomes for each of these recommendations will be. So now, to where Delta began when we first took over. So when Delta first began, it offered about 2,000 different products. It had a lot of financial troubles. They weren't really financially sustainable. There was no real clear mission. And as a result, they fell behind its main competitors, including Volvorum AG, Ottawa Systems Corporation, and Shaggy Mauer Corporation.
Firstly, our strategy involved the business systems model. The first part of the business systems model is the resource base. This refers to producing a good product or service. In this case, a firm needs to acquire resources, and this includes all means at its disposal of the organisation for its performance and value-adding activities. This includes its tangible and intangible resources, as well as relational resources and competences. Activity systems are necessary for all firms, regardless of the industry, as they operate in an integrated set of value creation processes leading to the supply of the product or service offerings. For sales to be achieved, a firm must have a competitive value proposition, and if the products or services offered by the firm are more highly regarded by customers than its alternatives, a profitable transaction will occur. This clearly occurred in the case of Delta Signal as profits increased.
External analysis. Delta Signal Group forms part of the original equipment manufacturing industry and have been faced with substantial changes over the past decade. We have used Porter's five forces to analyse industry competitors, new entrants, substitutes, suppliers and buyers. The information helped us with our strategy formulation. Industry competitors. Intense pressure. Delta Signal Group has had intense pressure from OEM industry competitors. The structure of the OEM industry has changed over the past decade, with many industry competitors moving global and integrating technological advancements. Delta's primary competitors are Volvorum AG, Ottawa Systems Corporation and Shaggy Mauer Corporation. The OEM parts industry is continuously faced with the threat of new entrants into the parts industry. Many of the emerging businesses, especially in Asia, have been manufacturing aftermarket, non-original parts. These products are often more cost-effective and easily bought online. However, they may lack the quality and durability of original parts. Nonetheless, these parts created by these emerging businesses potentially take away market share from Delta Signal Group. Thus, the intense pressure Delta faces from new emerging customers. The introduction of new technologies may make current parts and processes become obsolete. New entrants that are innovative pose a significant threat to the success of Delta Signal Group. Substitute products. There's moderate intense pressure. Due to the competitive nature of the OEM industry, Delta Signal Group is continuously faced with competitors' substitute products. The primary competitors, such as Ottawa Systems, place significant pressure on Delta. Suppliers. Low pressure. Delta has limited pressure from suppliers, as Delta is a supplier company themselves. Delta Signal Group is highly likely to face pressure from raw material suppliers. These raw material suppliers must provide Delta with natural resources to create plastic, silicon, metal, rubber, copper to make components for their parts. Buyers face. Delta Signal Group faces moderate pressure from buyers, as Delta ultimately needs a few customers who will pay a premium price for their superior products. Delta is a relatively small supplier in the OEM industry, and they should all aim to integrate and build alliances with their manufacturers in the industry. We believe that Delta should use a customer integration strategy to create a competitive advantage. Delta Signal Group can also expand to overseas markets to extend their customer base.
So, also a part of our strategy was the balanced scorecard approach. Now this included 4 measures such as the financial, customer, innovation and learning, as well as learning and growth. Now first to the financial measure. This involves analysing how Delta looked to its primary shareholders. Therefore, a JIT and lean operation was the best approach. This allowed for little waste to be created, and therefore this reduces the cost of sales. Now to our customer perception. Total quality management was implemented to continuously improve our product based on customer demands and feedback. Therefore, this increased our sales in the long run. Now to innovation and learning. We invested large amounts of funds into research and development. We aimed at introducing new and innovative products into the market, which was desirable to its customers and at the lowest cost as possible to Delta. Now finally, to our learning and growth. We balanced research and development, including anticipating for the future, with achieving efficient and productive manufacturing at the lowest.
We combined the three aspects of our strategy, the business systems model, Porter's 5 forces, and the balanced scorecard to bring about the desired results. It is clearly evident through the results that I'll be about to inform you of that they had the desired impact. Firstly, sales increased from $480 million to over $732 million. Earnings before interest and tax, EBI, TDA, increased from $53 million to over $77 million. The net debt to equity ratio decreased from 50% down to 37.09%. Return on equity, ROE, increased from 2.95% to 7.91%. Stock market value per share increased from $40 to $79.78. Dividends per share increased from $0 to $2.36. Customers who would recommend the company, that increased from 30% all the way up to 85%. And customers who view the company as innovative increased from 15% up to 61%. The last two statistics just demonstrate their heavy investment in research and development and the desired impact it had on our performance over the 8 decisions.
Now here's some recommendations for Delta to take forwards in the next 3 or so years. Delta Signal Group should continue with their evolutionary and research approach strategy. Delta has displayed much success in their research and development initiatives. They should uphold their drive for innovation and technological advancements. This would mean that Delta would become an industry leader in the next 3 years by capturing a greater percentage of the market. Furthermore, Delta should patent any new ideas as well as consider expansion into other countries and overseas markets. Since we recommend new investors to allocate much of the resources to research and development, patents are advisable. This would alleviate any copyright issues and allow Delta Signal to focus on its core operations in the long term. Also, customers would perceive Delta as a new and innovative business rather than copying and adapting to the new market. To take advantage of cheaper manufacturing and labour costs of the car parts, we would recommend that Delta would eventually expand into the Asian market. Perhaps later down the track when Delta is a market leader in the US, this would be advisable. This would allow for Delta to reach more customers and grow in its customer base in the long term, as it would no longer be targeting a niche market. These recommendations will help Delta Signal Group uphold their continuous innovation and success. This should also contribute to sustaining a competitive advantage over the longer term after our tenure as managers has ended.
In conclusion, now you know how far Delta has come over the 4 years or 8 decision periods for us as managers. Our corporate strategy that focused heavily on innovation and research and development, our findings after implementing this strategy, as well as our recommendations for the next 3 years for the new management team.
To conclude our video and our journey with Delta Signal Corporation, we wish them all the best for the future. We know they are in good hands. If you require more information about our services, you can visit our website on www.thewinningchampions.com.au. We specialise in improving businesses and processes that seem to be struggling and for those who are looking for a new start. Thank you till next time, and we hope that you have gained as much knowledge as what we have from this experience. Thank you.